Welcome, this is Gunner, and we're back with some more MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries. And I believe we have completed all of the missions in the current system that we are at. Yes, that is indeed the case. So it's time to jump to a new star system. But before we do that, I would like to take a look at the mech lab. First off, we have to repair the Fafnir that we picked up, apparently. So let's go ahead and do that. And I might as well take a look at this Fafnir. Even though it is crippled right now and it will take a couple weeks to repair it, I can still equip it. And it might be worth doing to upgrade the squad overall, or the lances that we have under our command. Perhaps moving to an entirely salt mechs from here on out. But let's go ahead and go through the Fafnir first. So let's paint it the White Knight white. And we have 51 tons to work with. Let's take a look at the weapon slots. Now, this may be a candidate for me, an upgrade for my own mech. But if not, we can always give it to somebody else in our command. So top speed is not particularly good. I think for most of our mechs, we're trying to aim for around about 60 kilometers an hour. And this doesn't really pull that off. I can double check that if we move over to the Atlas. We'll save that for now. Okay, so about 57, 56 kilometers an hour. So I would like to upgrade it to at least that standard. So probably one up. There we go. We're at 58. So that's going to cost us 3 tons to do that. The next thing I'd like to do is I'd like to try and up armor this as much as possible. Now we're looking at 36.5 tons. If we don't have a laser anti-missile system, we probably should install one. So that puts us at 35 tons. And now we have to decide on what we want to do. This mech, from what I was taking a look at weapons-wise, is built very much more for ballistic weapons. Also, you'll notice that there's no Omni slots, as this is a Intersphere mech, and those tend not to have Omni slots, although some of the newer mechs do, and it's kind of odd that this is a newer mech and it doesn't have any Omni slots, but all things considered, it will just say it does not have any Omni slots. And by far and away, the bigger slot choices here are going to be ballistic. Now, we could have some fun with this mech and add in, first off, we have the heavy gauze rifle, something we haven't used yet. This is Intersphere only, so we're not going to be able to take advantage of clan reduction in tonnage. I don't have a clan gauze rifle to compare, but I believe a clan gauze rifle is about 13 tons. Damage-wise, you add on about 10. Again, I don't know what the clan weapon does as far as damage. We could always jump into the free market and take a look at that. All right, continue. So, ballistic weapon-wise, we should have a lot of weapons unlocked now, so we have a lot to decide as far as how we want to go. So, clan gauze rifle does 17 damage, so the same as a standard one. Range is the same. Recycle time is the same. So it looks like everything stat-wise is the same on a clan gauze rifle. The main difference is just tonnage. It is reduction of 3 tons. So we don't really have that advantage. You lose some range. 600 meters is the max range. And you do gain some damage. That's 27 damage. But it is more damaging than a PPC. A PPC is at what? 18, I believe. At least a clan one. 16. So a normal gauze rifle is going to be more damaging than an ERPPC, but I have to keep in mind that an ERPPC is a lot less tonnage-wise. 18 tons versus 6 tons for the PPC, or I guess you could say 13 tons for a normal clan gauze rifle. Also, recycle time, 8 seconds versus what? PPC might be 8 seconds as well, so very similar weapons. I could go for a PPC loadout on this mech, as I have more of a potential to do that with the Fafnir, as both the Atlas and the Daishi had a problem of not having the proper slot size, or am I incorrect with that? I could be incorrect with that. But if we take a look at the Fafnir, it might be possible to go with more energy weapons than we could do with the Atlas, because we could do 1, 2 PPCs and then some more large lasers, something I don't think we could pull off with the Atlas just by the way the slots were laid out. Well, we'll give it a try. We have 2 PPCs. It's possible we don't have the ability to make it heat efficient, which may have been why we abandoned that idea. And then let's say we try for 2 ER large lasers. Okay, so we've got 15 tons to play with. And if we dip everything into heat efficiency, we're in the green, but I'd have a feeling that this is not going to be all that heat efficient. You know, I very well may have done that with the Atlas and then changed my mind. Because I seem to remember with the Atlas, we'll save it though, just to do it. Not sure I'm going to stick with this. I seem to remember, yeah, I replaced one of the large lasers with the Ultra AC-20. Or I'm sorry, not 22. Purely because I didn't like the slow cycle rate. But I only had 1 PPC and 3 large lasers, if I remember correctly. This is a little bit different. This is 2 PPCs and 2 large lasers. The recycle time might be a little bit more in our favor. You know what? I'll give it a try. So, coming over to the Fafnir. Is this the loadout we want? 2 clan large lasers and 2 clan PPCs. And we've got a laser anti-missile system. And we're up-armored as much as we can be. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Alright, so now do we want to get more assault mechs? Right now we have 1 lance being assaults, the other one being heavies. Now, at least 1 assault's going to shift over if we start using the Fafnir and we use the old Atlas that we had before. So let's take a look at what we've got in the store. We could go for cheaper assault mechs, something like an Awesome. That's pretty cheap mech, but it's pretty well armored. Has a problem with overheating, though, because of the heavy PPC armament that it has. We could go with... I wish you could sort them by class, so that you only have assault mechs, for instance. But as far as I know... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we can do that. There we go. Assault mechs. Okay. So Awesome's probably going to be the cheapest of the assault mechs. The most expensive is going to be the Daishi. Is the Fafnir now purchasable? Not that I can see. We have these Sunder mechs. Okay. Victor is somewhat on the lighter side. Mauler at 90, Sunder at 90, Mad Cat Mark II at 90, Longbow at 85. I might purchase a couple of those for long-range support, and that would be good in the back of the Lance. That'd be like a replacement for the catapults we've used in the past. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's buy a couple longbows. And that should give us, what, 3 assault mechs in our secondary lance, and then we'd have 4 on our primary lance. Okay, that probably will work out. Let's buy that for now. We'll kind of figure out from there what we want to do. So, I think what I'm going to do is sell all of the Thanatos mechs. Or at least a couple of them. So I'm going to strip the weapons just so that we don't accidentally sell something we don't want to. Because it seems like it picks from random which mechs it's going to sell. Now let's go to the free market. And I will sell at least 2, I think, of the Thanatos mechs. Because we're starting to get a little bit crowded here as far as mechs are concerned. And I'm going to keep... We have 2 Mad Cats, so I'm going to keep 1 around. I'm tempted to get rid of the Loki mech. It's starting to get to the point where I don't feel like we really need that. Now, this might be a bad idea, getting rid of the Thanatos mechs, if we need quick mechs again. I think I'll get rid of the last catapult. I should probably check to make sure it's unarmed, though. So, Yet again, going in here. Catapult. Okay, it's unarmed, so we'll get rid of that. That just kind of cleans up my inventory, so it's easier to sort through things. Okay. So longbows, we want to take a look at those. First things first, we're going to paint them the proper color. And then we're just going to look at, first off, their movement. They're probably too fast, so we could slow them down. Armament-wise, we could always up-arm them or give them more ammunition. Up-armor them, that's probably something we'll do. Okay, so first things first, let's slow this sucker down. I'll go with the 63 for now. Heat sinks seem to be a little bit of a problem, though, with how much firepower this thing has. We could make this more tonnage efficient by switching it to clan weapons, which we should have a fair number of at this point, if I can find them. Yeah, LRM-20s. We've got 9 of those. So I'm going to strip out all of the missile systems. Kind of a weird assortment of missile systems. And we'll get the LRM-20s. So we got one over here, one over here, one over here, and one up there. Okay. It's going to save us a lot of tonnage because clan tech tends to be a lot lighter, which we're already kind of seeing. Okay. And then I will slot in a medium laser, and we'll give a ton of ammo for all of these racks, because they're going to be firing like constantly. We want to make sure that they have good ammo. So there we go. That's not a bad loadout in my opinion. 4 LRM-20s, pretty devastating. And then we have 4 medium lasers as close-in fire support. We could swap them out with clan tech. Might be a good call. That would make it less heat efficient, though. But we'll find out if that's a bad call or not. There we go. That's a little bit quicker. There is definitely, with a game of this age, some UI things that could be a little bit better. So this is the big difference. With ER medium lasers, you're talking a lot more heat. And I'm not sure if I'm too excited about that. We could back it off a bit. Just have 3 clan medium lasers. That's about how many medium lasers it had before. And we have still better heat efficiency than it used to have. And the damage should be slightly higher. Yeah, slightly higher, and the range is better. I kind of like this loadout, so save that on up. I'm not going to worry about the groups too much. And then we'll do the same thing over with our other longbow. I may have to buy some more clan LRM-20s, because we are a little bit short on that. And we will slow her down. I'm just going to strip all the weapons. That makes things quicker. And we might not quite have as many LRM-20s as I need. I can't remember how many. Oh, no, we have plenty. So get 4 of those. And I could go more hardcore here for their LRM-20s. I could probably even fit 2 more of these suckers on. Considering how much extra ammo I'm giving them, I don't really need to do that. But I like to have the sustained fire rather than the burst fire. Because you really never know how long a mission's going to be. So if you don't plan for a longer mission, you're gonna be hurting, because all this mech would have in reserve is 3 medium lasers, which is not exactly stellar firepower in an assault mech. Okay, so let's give it the heat efficiency. Well, first, actually, let's up-armor it. I seem to remember it being an even distribution of tonnage last time I did this. I may have to take a look at that, but I seem to remember it being even. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Go over to the other longbow just really quickly. Oh, no, there was a full ton. I guess I didn't max out the armor. I thought I had. Well, there we go. We fixed that. They should be the same now, though. So 51 and 52 should both be the same. Okay, good to go. We've got our longbows. We've got our assault mechs more or less set up. That doesn't mean that we're going to have, I think, one heavy mech to still use. I could buy another assault mech, but I think for now we're just going to use this Mad Cat. It's also set up for long-range support for the most part. So we'll use that mech for the meantime, and then I'll probably buy another assault mech. We might acquire assault mechs as we go, too, so let's not spend too much of our money on that kind of stuff. All right, I'm pretty excited about that. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next star system. So at this point, Halloran 5, we've done. Solaris. So I think the only place we have is over here still to go. And we're kind of reaching close to the end of the campaign. And we see there's only Davian missions from here on out because we are blacklisted by Steiner. So we're going to jump over there. Threat level is heavy. Heatsink efficiency is very high. This must be a very cold climate. It's going to take us 3 weeks to jump. That'll give us plenty of time to repair that Fafnir. The Fafnir should be ready to go. If we take a look at that, we'll see that it's no longer red. Yep, so we're ready to go. We have all our mechs loaded out and ready for combat. The one thing I'd probably should check, though, is I should go through and make sure that there isn't any mechs that are missing weapons. Real easy way to tell is you click on a mech, and you see that it's missing, like there's available tonnage. There's obviously available tonnage. I mean, something's missing from the previous loadout. All right, looks like we're good to go. I don't see anything. If there was any damage done to one of our heavy mechs, doesn't matter because I've already stripped them out of gear and sold them off. So, all right, well, I think this is going to wrap up this video. This is more just setting things up, which can be time-consuming. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.